G'day folks, today we've got Ego's commercial gear.
Yeah.
All runs off a cord, funnily enough, straight off this big battery pack.
Yeah.
28 amp battery pack, 13 kilos worth of cells.
I estimate somewhere between 150 and 160 individual cells in this big bad boy.
Yep.
So that's where the weight's coming from. It's also where the cost is coming from.
Yeah.
Take a seat. $2,000.
Yep.
Straight off the bat.
Yep.
With no charger, no tools.
Yep.
Just this in a box.
Correct. Which sounds fairly horrific, but you did a couple of other sums on it.
I did. I wanted to see if that's reasonable or if they're pulling our leg on that.
Yep.
Turns out that if you bought 3 7.5 amp hour Ego batteries and a 6, which gets you to the same.
Yep.
And the backpack link product, which
so you've got the harness.
So you've got the harness and you can plug it into things. That's going to set you back 1,920.
Yep.
So
Ego to Ego, it's about the same.
About the same.
Yep.
Likewise, if you bought 16 18 volt batteries, like a DeWalt or a Makita battery or something.
Yep. Roughly 5 amp hour, I think you were saying.
5 amp hour batteries, it gets you to the same amount of juice.
Yep.
That's going to cost you a bit over $2,000.
Yep.
So it's thereabouts.
It is. So that's 16 5 amp batteries.
That's right.
In there.
Exactly. So the cost is all in the cells.
Yep.
That's all there is to say about it.
Yep.
And you can't do anything about that.
No.
So the cost is seemingly justified.
Yep.
And it's a very nice backpack.
Yes. It is super comfy harness.
Yep.
I already said with the backpack link that it was comfortable. This thing is super, super comfy.
Way better.
So I'm very happy with that. I've told you before, I'm going to walk a marathon distance with that sucker on my back just to prove to you dislikers of how comfortable that's going to be.
Sure.
Telling you now, it's going to be good.
Is there anyone who's disliking, or are you just picking
No,
fights
I'm just picking fights for no reason. Unusual for me.
It's got the little power indicator here on the front.
Yep.
It's got 5 settings to say how full it is.
Yep. Which is on all their new standard batteries now.
Oh, it is
the
true.
fuel gauge, yeah.
I would have thought they might have given us a bit, even more, maybe 10 of them for a 28 amp hour
Like
unit.
5 each downside or something.
I don't know.
Disco lights.
Anyway, that unit is where the bulk of your investment lies.
Yep.
And it seems to be priced about right, even if that sounds like a lot to the DIY guys.
Yep.
This is not aimed at you.
No.
This is aimed at pro
Correct.
guys.
So as we move forward and away from that a little bit, remembering that this is all day, okay? They want you to keep this on your pack all day. You're not filling up jerry cans or you're not swapping batteries 4, 5, 6 times to run something like this. The Hedge, I think they're talking about 8 hours. You can run this 33mm capacity, 75 centimetre cut.
Yeah, 750 or 30 inches for the
30 something
Americans.
inches. Yep. Couple of quick things on this. Really solid build. We've already reviewed a couple of the Hedges, and you've got the one with the full metal base under there.
Yeah.
Never had an issue, and it just speaks of quality.
It does.
We haven't ripped one of these apart to see, but we don't have never had an issue with one of Ego's Hedges.
Their best one prior to this is the one that I've got, and it's got a rotating head.
Yeah.
This one doesn't have a rotating head.
No, which we found a little odd.
Do commercial guys not have that sort of functionality?
Don't know. Do I look like a commercial gardener? I'm not a commercial gardener.
No.
I could be a professional pool boy. I could. We might cut that bit out.
Nope.
Okay. So, I agree with you. We did speak about the fact that you've got a really good safety that can be grabbed from any side here.
Yeah, that's good.
So that sort of speaks of how's the ergonomics. The ergonomics lack because of the lack of a rotating head. If you're a commercial guy and you say that's crap, we do not want that, then let us know. But I would have thought rotating head for sure.
Another interesting point about the ergonomics of this, because it's got such a long metal bar, and it doesn't have a battery sitting on the back,
like we're used to,
it's actually more front heavy than all the other units.
Yes.
Lighter because the battery's not on it.
Correct.
but it is actually quite front-heavy.
Yeah, you do notice that a little bit. I don't think it's an issue. I think that the benefits far outweigh that. So it's got a little metal clip on the back here that actually holds your cord in, so your cord can't flap around and get in the wrong spot. But the Hedgie, she's solid and it's right to go. This was about $700. $700 as a skin. The actual cutting heads, we have not had an issue with any of our Hedgies.
No.
From Ego, the cutting heads are phenomenal. So I haven't sat there and measured sticks 33mm to see if it's right, but I tend to trust their numbers on that one.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. What we do want to jump to next, because it looks really pretty, is the blower.
I'm actually going to buy, postulate. They don't stand up, by the way.
Okay. Alrighty, so Dwayno just dropped the whole pack on its face.
Yeah.
One interesting point on that, this pack doesn't actually sit up in any way, shape or form. So when I take it off my back, I have to lay it on the harness, potentially in the wet grass, or lay it on its face, which I've done a few times. There's scratches on it. That's one little improvement we'd like to see on that. Some sort of stand that pokes out the back here, even if it's a little foldable, because that's $2,000's worth. That's upsetting to me.
I wonder. Yeah, I'm not sure. Anyway,
so we'll move along to the good-looking blower.
Yep.
1,020 meters cubes.
Yep, or 600 CFM.
Yep, 600 CFM. So this is a smidgen, like 30 cubic meters underneath the dedicated backpack blower.
So not even worth talking about.
So let's call it about even. I love that dedicated backpack blower. I use a lot at work. This one, it felt like it was a tiny bit under in performance.
Compared to that?
Yeah, but it's very hard to actually properly equate.
You know what you should have done? You should have put both on your back and had one in each arm just to test how it went.
Yeah, funny you say that. Because I did do it and gave him the footage, so I'm going to look like a fool. But what I wanted to do was get a bit of a feel of it. But stuff me, that was heavy.
Yeah, wouldn't it?
I'm struggling. Little chicken legs. Listen, the main thing with this is it's a good blower. Is it a great blower? I feel like it's not quite, because there's no way to attach this to the harness at all. Now the dedicated blower, I reckon close to 80% of that weight of the actual blowing arm is taken by the articulated arm or the knuckle. There's no way for me to do that. So I had one day, I was over an hour and a half on this, and I don't know how many times I swapped hands on it because it was starting to hurt my hand and my elbow. All I want to do is take a bit of the weight off and be able to hang it. It's got a hook here, which you were saying is to actually hook the umbilical cord, the power lead. It doesn't hang anywhere on the harness, which is a little bit frustrating.
I've used the traditional Ego blower as well for a couple of hours in a day, clearing out gutters and things. And yeah, your hand and your arm get really sore. Absolutely.
So yes, treat it like a hand blower. So what? It's a bit heavy. The fact that it's a commercial one, I just think that there should have been some time put into how we're going to take that weight off. Do we do a little bracket here and click it on? I don't know. It's got the turbo button, which I only use it on turbo because that's how it should be. The other thing I would like to see on this is actually a locking button. This is on-off button. There's no lock button.
Wasn't it an off-on? It's a blower.
I don't know. It's not going to eat your leg, so I'm not quite sure. I'd like a locking button on the blower. The blower's $500.
Yeah, it's the cheapest of the range.
Cheapest of the range, so it's $500. Now, Ego are really well known for their blowers. The blowers are superb.
Oh, they dominate the market.
Yeah, so I don't mind so much that it's $500. The main thing, as I said, and I don't want to harp on it too long, I'd love for it to be able to hang off the harness in some way. And if this is going to replace my dedicated blower up at work, I'll jerry-rig this thing and have it so it does. I'll screw something here or something or other so that it actually takes that weight. Because if not, I'm going to step back to the old unit all day, every day.
Yeah, so blower, good unit, but probably the weakest in the lineup for us.
I think so.
Due to these ergonomic issues.
I think so, which is very odd because Ego
blowers
banks the blowers.
They do.
Absolutely.
All right, so now we're talking about the line trimmer.
This thing's long.
Yes, this one goes up to 5,800 RPM.
Yep.
I don't know if that matters. Does anyone care about the speed of a line trimmer? Probably not.
Flat knackers all the way.
Exactly. You can see it's got the nice carbon fibre shaft there.
Yes.
The head is not power load or rapid load or any of those innovations that Ego have done on the DIY units.
Yep.
Why are you laughing? What have I said?
He said shaft.
Sorry. That's what it is.
I know.
You wouldn't think that he's 10 years older than you, would you? You'd think that he was 20 years younger.
I tried to hold it in, I'm sorry. Keep going. I don't know where you were.
So the head
Yep.
in front of the shaft.
I'm good.
The head is just your standard old style of manual loading.
Yep. It's not your rapid load or your power load.
No.
But having read a couple of forums and spoken to a couple of people, I believe commercial guys don't necessarily want all those fandangle bits and pieces.
Sure.
Because they believe that that's something that can stuff up quicker, but also the capacity of the line holes, the line capacity, is reduced because of the mechanics inside it. So standard head, commercial head, it spins anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
That reeks of commercial. That's the way they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And this thing just feels like it's got tons of grunt in it.
Yeah, I presume it takes 3 mil line. We've just got 2.4.
Yeah, I've got 2.4 twisted in it. I didn't actually check that, sorry, so we may annotate that. One thing I really like on this is the adjustability of this. So one quick lever up, I can twist that sideways, forward, back.
Which Ego have been doing since the beginning.
They have, and I just like that that's still there.
Me too.
Because I want any commercial person in particular to be able to have the premium spot for them. Or if you're on it for 4 hours, you might want to move it a bit closer to change that position of your elbow.
Yeah, just move things a bit around.
Metal trigger here.
Yep.
Instead of the plastic. I don't mind the plastic trigger. I don't know what sort of plastic it is. I'm not into all that crap, but the plastic ones we've never had an issue with.
No.
But this does just, I don't know, there's something about it. It feels a bit more quality.
Yeah, well, it's commercial, so it's going to get pulled a lot more times.
That's true.
I would like to see this be able to get hooked up to the harness as well to take some weight.
Yep, and unless I didn't find the little connector, but I'm positive I put this sucker together correctly, there doesn't seem to be any way for it to actually click onto your harness either. So that's the blower and this. The brush cutter, which we're about to show you, that does. That's wicked. This one doesn't seem to have a way for you. I don't care about that because I don't normally use a harness on the line trimmer, and I do use it for hours.
Yeah.
I just never have worried about it, but it's probably not great as far as, I don't know, long-term ergonomics, blah, 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 hurting your elbows.
I'm assuming you can probably just grab the standalone harness piece for their standard 15-inch DIY trimmers and just put it straight on this.
Probably can. Yep.
Which is probably what I would do if I was going to be
You said that you definitely would, so full metal back. Now, I don't know if this is a magnesium or an alloy rear end housing, but that is as solid as oak.
Yeah.
So it's hard for us to grasp where the commercial aspect of a couple of these units is coming from, because Ego's standard units, I think, punch well above where people expect them to.
DIY,
yeah.
They do.
So they've almost done themselves a bit of a disservice by having such impressive standard units. Now we've got commercial, and we're trying to find where the $700 is.
$650 for this one.
$650. Okay, so line trim is $650. But she's solid right the way through.
Yeah.
So, and it has been smacked around a bit too.
Yep.
Really, really like it.
I'm a big fan of that.
See that head in there. Just no mucking around. Interestingly, the bump feed, this thing spins really freely, this green nugget in the middle.
Yep.
So when you actually bump it, if you're on asphalt, concrete, gravel, it stops straight away because that spins so freely. So that stops, the rest spins, centrifugal force obviously flicks it out.
Yeah, and then for those of you who are not familiar with Ego gear, their bump feeds do tend to let the line out a bit more than you might be used to, or let line out when you're not expecting
They're quite sensitive. Yeah. Which, in general, once you're used to it, it's okay, but at first you go through some line.
You do.
So, but at least you're not belting it down and putting the shaft and stuff under pressure.
That's true.
Brush cutter. So we've just done the line trim of the brush cutter. Is superb. I don't know what size that blade is.
I think it's 12-inch.
12-inch?
300 mil.
Okay, cool.
I think.
This bloke is scary with this thing. Wanted to start carving through treated pine poles because he reckoned it had the grunt for it.
It's pretty nice.
It is nice. These things scare the daylights out of me, even though it's nowhere near my toes.
Yeah.
For some reason I have flashbacks of losing a toe.
Oh.
They're just brutal, but...
I don't like it when you pull the trigger when I'm nearby.
No, I did do that before, didn't I?
Turn my leg into a stump.
It's safety police. Listen, I actually let a particular area of our property grow right out, and Dwayno jumped on it. Really thick grass and then some thistles and stuff. It just doesn't even blink. Nah,
it's got heaps and heaps of power.
There's so much harder stuff. I actually couldn't find anywhere that would make this thing groan or stall.
No.
It's just a beast. Same style as the line trimmer. Carbon fibre shaft. You said it's 12-inch. This, interestingly, does come with a head as well, a line trimmer head.
Yeah.
So if you're on a bit of a balance point of the $700,
yep.
$700 for this, and then do I really want that and the line trimmer? To start with, just get this because it comes with that anyway.
Yeah.
Which is a fantastic option.
Yes, that is a really good idea. it's worth noting on this that ergonomically we love it.
Yep.
It comes with a little hip sort of pouch thing.
Don't know where that is.
I've got it here.
Okay. There we go. So that clicks onto your harness.
That's right, gets held by your harness, and then you can feed any one of the little gaps here on this nice steel bar, flat bar here, to make it exactly how long you want it. So between that and the adjustability of the big bullnose bar here, you can tailor this thing exactly how you want it.
Absolutely, and again, over time, after 2 or 4 or 6 hours, you can shuffle it to change the position of your shoulders. The interesting thing with this steel bar, it's super strong. That will actually change how front heavy or not it is.
That's true, yeah, it'll change the weight.
And then this, you can shift the bars sideways and obviously forward and back. So as Dwayne says, massive ability to adjust. Again, metal trigger here. So again, doesn't excite me as such, but just feels like quality, and maybe that's what the commercial guys said they want.
Yeah, they probably did their research.
And full metal back here, or full alloy back here.
Correct. Now the power lead that plugs into both the line trimmer and the brush cutter comes in from the front. Whereas the other units comes in from the back, as you'd kind of expect. If someone knows why that's the case, please comment, because we'd love to know why.
Yeah, if it's a safe.
We don't really understand.
No.
It doesn't bother us.
No. Here's your plug here, which you're not going to be able to see real easy. We have done some close-ups. This does not just plug in easy, which is great because it doesn't pull out easy. And to the point where a few times I clicked it in and thought it was in, went to start, I'm like, oh, something's wrong. You got to really push it in tight.
It's good.
So I don't understand why it has to be at the front. For me, it actually bugged me a little bit. But because that comes off the left, so I've got the brush cutter here. That comes off the left. It's around here, and it sort of sits funky. Anyway, that's a small issue.
It's very small.
Yep.
Right. That's all there's to say about the brush cutter.
Yep.
We need to talk about the charging situation as well for this beauty.
I'll get this off.
The charger itself is a couple of $100, which is going to make a few people go, come on. We've already paid $2,000 for the... we're not up to that yet. We've still got another tool, do we?
No,
we've done that one.
This is beautiful. I just wanted to put it back.
You just want to put a pretty thing up.
Yeah.
Sure. So the $200 charger there, it's 8 amp. It's going to take 3.5, did you work
3.5
hours to charge this on turbo, or you can set it for like an overnight charge as a button.
Yeah, 7 hours for standard.
7 hours.
Yep.
So that's going to hurt a little bit. If you want to buy the complete range, all the tools, charger, backpack, that's going to add up to $4,750 in Australian dollars.
$4,750.
It's going to add up pretty fast. Not that you have to buy everything at once. Also, I noticed you've just got the backpack link battery out. We've previously reviewed the backpack link that allows you to plug standard Ego batteries in and use their tools with a harness.
Correct.
Which we loved.
Yep, absolutely. The reason I got this is you can buy this for I think about $50. It's just a fake battery. If you don't necessarily want to go out and get that, or let's say you've got it and you've left it at home or something happened, you can actually plug the 28 amp battery straight into the fake battery and then put it on your normal charger and charge it the same. If you've got a fast charger, it's going to charge at the same speed as that.
Correct. And likewise, if you have this, it gives you, and the backpack link, it gives you the ability, if you wanted to use regular Ego DIY tools on the backpack battery. Or to use the commercial tools with the regular backpack link. If you wanted to take your weight down for a minute or something like that.
They all cross over a bit, and I think that's also good. If you and I are on a site on one day, I can be using that, follow on him with a line trimmer, and we're using commercial gear, but we're swapping between them.
Indeed. So you may or may not want to take advantage of that.
Right.
Overall, I don't know, because I'm not a commercial gardener, if 4,750 is the right price point or not. Is that too much? Is it totally expected? I don't really know. I also don't know, is there, on the petrol units, do they have multi-systems like this? Where you get to use one motor on your back to power multiple devices?
I don't believe
I wouldn't have said so.
No.
So I think it's quite a niche market. And overall I like it. How about you?
Yeah, look, I do. Everybody's heading this way. Everyone's heading to these battery backpack systems. So I think this is the way it's going. It was natural for Ego to jump onto it. For me personally, it feels a bit steep. But you commercial guys out there watching this, you're going to be the ones that are going to be able to let us know.
For sure.
You've got a feel for it, not us.
Correct.
What I would say is that 12 months warranty in Australia, I know the US guys get 2 years. 12 months for me feels a little short.
Yeah.
And we were chatting before, we don't generally have issues with ego stuff, but what happens if 13 months down the track, that thing carks it? It's $2,000.
I'm going to assume that Ego are going to look after you a little bit and come to the party a bit, but they're not contractually obliged to do so here. No. So I would like to see 2 or 3 years warranty on this.
I'd like to see at least 2. So Ego's always had, we believe, good customer service. We've heard good things from people.
Yeah.
So you'd hope that would continue. For me, having used it on site, absolute cracker, because it's been an extension of the dedicated backpack blower on the harness and the backpack link that I use often at work. So this is just a natural extension, and for 13 kilo on my back, it is a cracker. I'm not changing batteries and get caught 150 metres from the damn workshop when my batteries just got flat.
Indeed.
That also needs to be counted into time for people.
For sure.
So,
right, well, that'll do. Can you please, if you haven't followed us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram, hit us up on Facebook as well. We're always chatting there, talking to our viewers and getting to know you guys better. Otherwise, comment down below, tell us what you think. Hit the subscribe button.
And the notifications, all that crap. We love to chat, guys. I'm on Insta every day. So hit us up.
Thanks, guys.
Cheers.